And it is finally here, guys. UCBP Reacts, Metal Gear Solid, Delta, new gameplay, new trailer. It was shown at Xbox Showcase, and we are here to check it out. Let's do this.
Let's go. Here we go.
All right, so FYI, I have not seen this.
You haven't seen this yet.
I've seen it maybe 1,000 times. This is 1,001.
This is 1001.
Okay, so we all...
Actually, this is my second time watching it.
This is
Listen up, Jack.
familiar.
Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask.
Okay.
So it looks like the beginning of the game, right when the game starts.
The demo.
Yep.
Everything is exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Your codename for this mission will be Naked Snake.
You know,
I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on.
I don't know what it is about Snake's face, but it actually makes him seem like he is younger.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, like he's in his 30s. He's 30.
Not like in the other Metal Gears or Metal Gear Solid 2.
Very classic arena here. As you can see, he's scaling through the bridge.
Realistic
right
roll.
Words,
Oh,
weapons,
I like that transition. That was a very nice
love it.
flow.
goes for food as well.
What's that called again? The Markov or
Completely
something?
naked, just as your name implies.
Which one?
That goat. That's awesome.
There you go. Back crawling.
Yep. So they're presenting some new gameplay mechanics.
Nice texture helmet.
Yeah, it still
Army.
says Snake Eater and all that on the helmet.
Real one-man army.
A real one-man army. Yep.
Ooh, here we go. Some CQC moves. Some new
looks real.
CQC
Yeah, that
moves.
looks moving
the
with the
Masanagin.
Masanagin, but you get to move with it. That's
Yeah. Which is important. You couldn't before.
I like that. Did you see he does the cross punch
yes.
to get their neck?
Oh, this one is fighting the Guru, and now he's shooting with
The M63.
M63, yep.
That's all the way
that
at the end.
classic at the end, yeah, showing.
There you go.
Oh, look at Ocelot on the floor.
You know what that is.
Yep, right in the
Before
mountains.
you meet Eva.
We got the boss here, first introduction to her. We got Sokolov in the back.
And that's the boss.
That's the boss. A lot of controversy with how she looks.
Yeah.
Online, yeah.
Oh, what are they saying?
Doesn't look like her character model. Oh,
Wait.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Hey, you saw how he looked to
yeah.
the right and to the left? He was like,
fantastic. And his mouth is actually moving a little bit better with it now.
which is interesting because
Yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
record any new lines as far as we know.
They didn't record any new lines. They said that everything is kept the same.
Mm-hmm.
Now, watching it for the first time, what did you think about it?
So I thought it was any Metal Gear fan's dream.
Yeah.
To be able to see the possibility of current graphics from a past game. I did enjoy the realistic movements, you know, given that we now you've been in it for a lot longer, but that we do some fighting here and there, right? I love the control of it. It doesn't
Cross
look
punch,
so, the cross punch to the neck. So it makes it look like, okay, he's actually doing a move rather than, you know, that drop that he does. Then you're like,
just
how
pick
does
it up
that even,
it's
in
not,
real
it's
life,
not,
it doesn't
yeah.
work. So it's good to see. It makes him look like, you know, he is seasoned. We know that much.
He is,
but
yes.
he's a rookie as far as this goes, as far as Foxhound goes.
Right.
This is the first time. So he actually has that look, like he's a baby in this kind of a thing. But he's got, you see his eyes?
Yeah.
His eyes look like he's seen some things.
Right. And, you know, he has cuts and bruises in his eyes, in his mouth and face. Even in the clothes, if you notice, there's some rips on it.
Yeah.
And what they were saying is that every time you get hurt or you have to like suture something, it'll actually stay with you through the entire game.
I heard that. Yeah, I've read that actually.
You know, like bullet holes, whatever, cigar burns and all that stays with you the entire time. As you can see too in the trailer, he actually gets wet. Like his hair gets wet, the clothes get wet and all that and stuff. Even like I was mentioning the rips and stuff. They bought it from Metal Gear Solid 5 now, so you saw the SVD and the rocket launcher on his back now. So it hangs there kind of like it did in Metal Gear Solid 5. So that's really cool. And I love the back crawl coming back to from Metal Gear Solid 4 obviously and Metal Gear Solid 5.
It looks like what we spoke about earlier about how the camo system will work.
Yes.
Because he was covered in mud.
He was covered in mud, that's right.
So
I
that
wonder
might
if that's
That might raise the index. It might just like change slowly, like if you stay there long enough, like the camouflage will just begin to, and I think that's how they're gonna maneuver the whole changing of camouflage.
Yeah, I think so
might
too.
Be doing that.
With this announcement, there was another video that came out with David Hayter, him explaining more of the mechanics and all that, and also two new things coming. Well, technically three. There's a deluxe edition that's coming out, and a collector's edition that's coming out, which I'll put right over here somewhere, maybe right here. you know? And then, so you can buy that. It's very limited. And right now, it's actually temporarily out of stock. So you can't even get it. I've been trying, just clicking away, seeing every day, getting those notifications. Can't get it. And then there's also a vinyl set of a complete series saga of the vinyl set that's coming out in November. As you saw with the trailer, there's still no release date. There were speculations of November 17th. It falls on a Sunday. Typically, video games don't come out on a Sunday, but the reason why November 17th is important is because that's the day that the game came out all those years ago, back in 2004. So it could be that date. Maybe it'll be the 20th anniversary of it, but I highly doubt that it'll come out on that Sunday.
Well, I mean, we'll see, because if they're gonna keep it, and I've said these concerns on the show, if they're gonna keep it to the letter, I mean, they can make that deadline if they really wanted to.
Right.
That's a good thing for me and a bad thing for me.
Yeah.
Because it also concerns me that they're just keeping the same lines and that they're like.
Yeah, there's no new improvements.
So it's just like, yeah, it's like you're just revisiting it and pasting all the new gen stuff, like graphic and movement. Great,
yeah.
But it's like, am I gonna expect? So, for instance, I like what they did with Resident Evil 4.
Same
I
here.
did.
Me too.
You know what I mean? It
And
kept the
2
same-
and 3.
Sure, but Resident Evil 4, given its popularity, just like Metal Gear Solid 3,
Yep.
it's just like people were saying, don't mess up Resident Evil 4,
Of course. Yeah.
and they didn't.
They didn't.
They
Even
didn't.
won. It was a nomination for Game of the Year.
Right.
That's how good it was.
Right. And so, you know, given that they had a new voice actor for Leon, they had a new motion capture for Leon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying David Hayter couldn't have been brought back, but I think it's like, great, you're giving us something we wanted, but it's like half-baked.
Yeah,
So that's my concern with this kind of remake. It's like, I'll still buy it and enjoy it and whatever the case may be, but it's like, are there no new avenues? Are there no specific dialogues that they can take from the majority of the game? Because I hope that they're not going to add. I hope they'll trim the codec conversations.
Right. Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like you guys have lines. Maybe they'll do that. Maybe they'll have lines from the game and then they'll add it into the game into something new.
Yeah.
I hope they expand the areas. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just how it is. It's like same route, different areas, different directions, but it's just going to be the same thing. So I hope that that's what they do with it. But if they do that, then I'm not confident that it'll come out on that day.
On that day, yeah.
They might push it back. But if they keep it as is, it seems like they're done with it. They're just working out kinks. You know?
Sure.
So that's my thoughts on it. It looks great. I don't have a problem with the boss. I mean, you know, all of these things that they're saying is like she's a female soldier from World War II. I mean, guys, she's beaten up. Like, I don't know what. Like, have you seen The Sorrow? He's not a looker either. And like in part 3, he wasn't a looker. It's like, you know, these guys. Well, I'm just saying, like, you know, they think she's an attractive woman. It's like she got with The Sorrow. That dude looks like, you know what I'm saying? Like he always looked.
He's like a science teacher.
Yeah, I guess. The one who'd fail you.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, she's a soldier.
For sure. Yeah.
She's not eye candy. It's just she's seen a lot. You know what I mean? Like,
of course,
whatever it is. But
I think that I'm excited for it. I can't wait. Yes, like you said, I'm a little disappointed that there are no new recastings of voices or anything. Like, it's a shot-for-shot remake. Like, all the cutscenes are literally the same.
I think they're just playing it safe.
Yeah,
they're just really playing it safe. They just don't want to.
Yeah.
They don't want the backlash from the fans.
Hideo Kojima, it's not involved. All these things.
Right, but that's just it. He's not involved, so then move it away a little bit from him. It's just, you know, you have the thing is, I've said this so many times. You have the source material. You have so much source material.
Yeah,
it's not even unused things that they could have just like added to it because you have the power to do it now.
Yeah, yes.
You have like
there's certain limitations back in the PlayStation 2 era that Hideo Kojima couldn't do for the game that can be added for this. You know, obviously there's some things like the ends fight was supposed to be weeks long or something like that. You know, obviously that can't happen. You know, that's just not fun gameplay. But there are certain things that maybe mechanically you can do. But I think they're playing it safe.
I think what they're gonna do with that is that there's gonna be no loading.
Yeah.
That's
you're
definitely
just
they can just.
through,
It's just that big.
Yes.
Because they did the same model for Quiet. It was it was supposed to be that
huge,
big.
yes.
It was humongous.
Yeah.
Right? And so you saw that you can move. That's the Masa Nugget he was shooting.
and it was his camo. His camo, the boss, the ends camo.
Yeah,
so,
the Moss.
and it was in that field. So you can tell, you know, with the step.
He was probably just done with it.
He was probably, yeah, exactly.
So, and you can move with the Masanagi now.
Which
you
is
can move
great.
with the sniper.
Yeah.
Finally, you know, before it's just like you're planted.
Love the reloading, you know, bullet coming out, like just looks amazing.
Yep.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on it?
No, man, I enjoyed the fighting. I started looking at it. I was like, yo, how can I do that?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that was good. That was good. Neck control, good. You know, I admire Snake for his CQC at that point. They made it better than Part 5 as far as the CQC goes.
100%.
So,
well,
that's
guys,
my final thoughts.
Thank you so much for reacting with us. Again, this is Under the Cardboard Box, and we are your source for Metal Gear news. And I mean, you and I have been doing this now for almost 10 years, you know? So we're excited. As you know, this is our favorite game of the franchise, our favorite game of all time. So hype level is up there. We cannot wait for it to come out. And let us know what you guys think about the trailer. Let us know if you're excited about that. From Arnaldo, Heido, we'll see you next time.
And don't forget, comment, subscribe. It helps us out on the channel. If you want more content like that, hit the like button, guys. We need it.